Welcome, everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are. Welcome to Tip of the Day. I think it is day number 23, if I'm not mistaken. Today's tip actually comes from something that I was actually planning on talking about something entirely different. But today we had a post, and then once I posted and I was messaging something about around that same topic, so I was like, okay, this is going to be my tip of the day for today. So the post was Eckhart talking about the pain body in A New Earth, where he says some people carry dense pain bodies that are never completely dormant. They may be smiling and making polite conversation, but you do not need to be a psychic to sense that seething ball of unhappy emotion in them just underneath the surface, waiting for the next event to react to, the next person to blame or confront, the next thing to be unhappy about. Their pain bodies can never get enough, are always hungry. They magnify the ego's need for enemies. Through their reactivity, relatively insignificant matters are blown up out of all proportion as they try to pull other people into their drama by getting them to react. Some get involved in protracted and ultimately pointless battles or court cases with organizations or individuals. I'm not going to read the whole passage, but what I wanted to actually, let me see if towards the end, he says, due to a complete lack of self-awareness, they cannot tell the difference between an event and the reaction to the event. To them, the unhappiness and even the pain itself is out there in the event or situation. So what I wanted to give a pointer about is, remember the last tip, tip number 22 was write your thoughts. So what we will realize when we write our thoughts, the thoughts that arise every day, we will realize that the thoughts themselves contain something that feeds the pain body. And this is the cycle, the thoughts creating the emotion and the pain body feeding on it, and then there's a cyclical pattern. And that's why I said, write down your thoughts so you can kind of eliminate, like, create a little bit of a gap between here is my awareness and this is the thought that is creating the pain. Because the pain is it's not like we are born with, we are meant to be joyful, we are meant to be have this innate sense of peace. So if I don't have this innate sense of peace and I don't have this innate sense of joy, a joyful life, as Dr. Joe Dispenza says, then what is it that is causing me to lose that joy? And it will always be the content in our awareness. Because if we are our awareness, we are joyful, right? So what is the content? And that's another word that I actually love, which is a pointer from, can I actually observe the content of my awareness, the thoughts and emotions? So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is the pain body. And this is something that Dr. Joe Dispenza calls, we are always in a fight, flight, or freeze. Tony Robbins calls it the 3 Fs. We are always in fight, flight, or freeze. Our reptilian brain, our limbic brain is, the reptilian brain is always active, right? And that actually causes a lot of adrenaline to be released. So the pointer I wanted to give is, we may not be addicted to, let's say, we are not doing drugs, we are not doing alcohol, we are not doing smoking, right? There's not an obvious addiction, but we are addicted to this adrenaline. And the way we know is look at your day, look at your work day, look at how you are in traffic. look at how you are in at the grocery store. Are you at peace at the grocery store? Are you going, the adrenaline is that kind of emotion, like your breath is very shallow, right? You're taking your breath, you're not even using your chest, it's stuck like above. um, you're not able to take, and that's why taking one conscious breath helps, right? Take a breath as though you're pulling the breath from your toes all the way to the crown of your head, and that kind of like stops the being in that kind of mode, right? And if you are going into this adrenaline kind of, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do, I need to do that, right? That is, we are becoming an adrenaline junkie. We want that fear. We want that fearfulness, that anxiety. Or if it is not fear and anxiety, we want that depression. We want that sadness, right? Because it keeps the adrenaline, that fight, flight, freeze mode. And depression puts us in that freeze mode. So look at that, how much we are addicted. And to this, I wanted to actually give an example of my late mother. This is how the pain body, what this particular example that Eckhart was talking about, how the pain body is always looking at trying to feed on some emotion. I've talked about this during our Facebook Live Q&A. I think this is going to be a more than 10-minute video, but sorry about that. But I'll give you a quick example and I'll end the video. So there was a point in time I had gone to visit India, and my brother had, I don't know what all food we had brought, but we were having a dinner, and it was like everybody was laughing and we were eating, including my niece and nephew. And then my mother suddenly, in between this joy that this family is enjoying, right? Like my brother being happy that I'm there, and you know, we were having a joyful gathering. My mother suddenly tells my niece, "Oh, you're eating so much, you're just going to grow fat, and you're, you know, this is the pain body, like poking. This is how pain bodies work. They're looking, it's like an entity that's looking at, what can I grab onto? What can I create? What can I stoke a fire about, right? And you will realize either we are that way, I used to be that way, and not that I wanted to be a pain body, but once like a little bit of stress came into my life, the pain body would easily come out, right? So that is how the pain body works. And it is so necessary. And I absolutely love that Louise and Patricia, especially, and everyone that is on this journey with me, doing the medical medium protocol, that we actually cleanse that adrenaline using the protocol. Cleansing helps. Physical cleansing helps get rid of that excess adrenaline. You're getting rid of the neurotoxins. You're getting rid of the pathogens that are causing that fight, flight, freeze mode. So be aware that I am a junkie. You know, you may be judging other people that he's a drug addict, he's a sex addict, he's a this addict, but look at ourselves. How addicted are we to this adrenaline? And we are in that mode all day long, and take a step to correct it. And it may be not the anxiety kind of adrenaline. It may be I don't want to do anything, what's the point, kind of like the sadness kind of cortisol kind of. Those are the hormones of stress, as Dr. Joe Dispenza talks about, right? A body, when it's stuck in the first three energy centers, we are releasing the hormones of stress, the cortisol and adrenaline. And that's what the body is addicted to and wants to create. And it also causes a disease state. So your option is a physical cleanse and work on your awareness practice, right? To clear the adrenaline, and just the noticing, the seeing is freeing, as Eckhart Tolle says. See that you are addicted to the kind of mode. With that, have a superb day. Many blessings. Much love. Bye.